Hello again, everyone. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, I call it October again because we've started off the month of October just like we started off the month of October last year. Now, Goldman Sachs calls this month the most volatile month of the year, and it sure started off this way. So we're going to take a look at the Dow Industrials, a couple of my key indicators. I want to look at the Semiconductor ETF SMH, which is up almost 38% at the close on Friday for the year. Homebuilders XHB up 34% for the year. We're going to look at that also. So here we have the Dow up 372 points on Friday. Big move. Popped up because of that perceived Goldilocks information coming out of the jobs report that came out on Friday morning. I don't know. You could read, positives and negatives into it, and maybe that's why they're calling it Goldilocks. I don't know. Not too hot, not too cold. And the move came up in here almost to the 10-day moving average. I want to look at something. I'm going to come back to this. Let's look at the weekly really quick. For the week, though, the Dow was down 246.5 points. Third week in a row that it was down. But you can see we're kind of clustering up in here. It's like a little bit of a potential head and shoulders top. I know some people are talking about that. It really is. It's interesting how Thursday, I had this trend line drawn for weeks. This literally on Thursday came right down into this trend line and then reversed back off of it. So that's the picture there. The Elliott wave picture that I'm looking at, my preferred count is that I'm looking at a large flat and that we're working a C wave, which I'm looking for that C wave to be a 5-wave move to the downside. And I think we're in a wave 3. It's sure acting like we're in a wave 3. With the gap, straight line move, the way it's happening in here, I think that we've had wave 1, wave 2, and we're within this wave 3. We'll see how far of a pullback we get. Yes, I have a lot more detail on this, but I don't want to go into that kind of detail at this point. Yeah, I think the key things that you want to look at, number one, is Thursday's low going to hold, both on the Dow and the S&P. Does Thursday's low hold? Because you take out a reversal candle like this, it's going to be very, very negative. And then, of course, the next benchmark that we'll be looking at is the August lows. So, August lows or September highs, which one is going to break? And if the September highs break, then it's going to kind of move us back into an alternate count that we have, which is a bullish scenario. But right now, the price action seems to say that it wants to go down. Now, when I go back over here and take a look at this, what I call my moving average view, some interesting things are going on. Look at the pullback that we had here to the 10-day moving average. We did the same thing on this move on August 8th. After a big downdraft, we had this, this 3-day, especially this reversal candle right here, and a follow through, gapped up, followed up in here, didn't close above the 10-day moving average. Similar type thing that we had in terms of a move back over here in May. Now, what I'm watching, let me pull up the McClellan oscillator. Okay, we got when you're below this dotted line is minus 150 on the McClellan oscillator. When you're below minus 150, you're in deeply oversold. Look how deeply oversold we got on August 5th. Okay, and then we got the bounce back up here into August 8th. Well, that's really interesting. We got deeply oversold here on October 2nd, and we bounced back up here on Friday, minus 49. Where did we bounce up to on August 8? Minus 39. Where's August 8? August 8 is what I just talked about right here. So we came from a deeply oversold, bounced back up. We came from deeply oversold, we bounced back up. So now it's going to be watching. I think the next couple of days this week are going to be pretty key to see, does it continue to rally in here and get above the 10-day moving average, or does it roll back over and come back down and take out this lows? I think we're going to find out this week. All right, let's take a look at the high yield bond fund and see what it's telling us. Similar kind of picture, except a little more negative. This is kind of the price action that the NASDAQ's doing, although a little more negative even on the NASDAQ. Notice how the high yield bond fund came down here and broke this trend line, and this bounce back's not nearly as strong. It's not nearly coming up to the 10-day moving average. to me, this is confirming the negative picture. It's confirming that the market is in risk-off mode. Okay, when HYG is selling off, it's saying risk-off because high-yield bond funds the high yields are by their nature riskier. All right, let's take a look at SMH. Okay, SMH, here's what's caught my eye on this. This looks to me like an ending diagonal or rising, an ending wedge type pattern in here on semiconductors. Now, again, we've gotten this bounce back up in here. Are we going to continue to push and take out this September 12th high? Or are we going to take out this low as I just talked about on the on the Dow? Okay, and the same low holds on the S&P 500. So right now, I've got an Elliott wave count that says this could be in a fifth wave with a truncated fifth wave, an ending diagonal type pattern. And if that's the case, we're going to need to come down here and break down through this. And on a typical wedge type, formation, when you break down out of the wedge, you go to the bottom of that, the beginning of the wedge fairly quickly. But I think there's more to it than that. But that's the picture I'm seeing here on the semiconductors. So we'll watch and see how that unfolds. All right, let's take a look at the home builders. The XHB, the Homebuilders ETF, is a little less clear. It's a little choppy. You see how it's definitely in an uptrend from the standpoint of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs in here. But then look at what happened on Tuesday. This big reversal candle to the downside in here. Now we've gotten a bounce back, but this is making me wonder right now whether we are about to get a breakdown. Look how the moving averages are just laying right on top of each other. Let's take a look at the weekly view. Here's the weekly view for the week. It was just a doji type candle, up 5 cents for the week. And when I look at the Elliott wave picture I've got on the home builders, I think the home builders topped out back here in January 2018 with the fifth primary wave to the upside. And I think what we've been doing since then is a big, large corrective pattern in A, B, C. And I think this B wave, which is a three-wave move in A, B, C, that this C wave is an ending diagonal type pattern. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. This is a weekly view. Okay, you can see either right here or right down here. This is a weekly view. So it's kind of interesting that I'm seeing an ending diagonal type pattern. Now, where will this pattern fail? Where will this be wrong? Well, here's where it's wrong. In an ending diagonal, okay, actually in just about any Elliott wave pattern, the third wave can never be the shortest wave. So right now it's still longer than wave 5, but if wave 5 were to punch above $44.63, then that would make wave 5 longer than wave 3, because what I did was I did a comparison of 5 versus 3, and here's 100% at 44.83. So that's what we're looking at right now. It's all holding. Right now it looks like we've got an ending diagonal pattern. I'll be watching for this to break down out of this pattern right here. And then, of course, it's really interesting that that high was a big reversal candle on Tuesday. So looking for the home builders to come back down in here after this little move to the upside over the last 2 days. All right, that's that picture. I'll just end with this one right here. All right, that's it for this video. Everyone, if you felt like the video was helpful, hit the thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscriber button. And if you'd like more of this kind of information on a regular basis, head on over to the website at joehenches.net and check it out. All right, everyone, have a great rest of the weekend and a great week. Talk to you on the next video.